way he responded to potting the black.
Yes, up until then in the match, Cao Yupeng had potted 48 of 48 shots, 100%. But it was the 49th, which was the one too many. It was a pity for him. It was a great break.
One.
They put a hand of apology up after this shot because he didn't play it.
Brembo.
Well, certainly looking to remain positive when he could have easily tucked in behind a colour there. And the thing about this table is that the high-value colours are not really in play, so I don't know how he's going to keep the break going. Also, he's got to recover from that last frame, the way it ended. Three-ball plant. Very handy.
This is the latest all non-British final. We've seen a few. Neil Robertson's been in a couple against Ding Junhui and Marco Fu. The first in a ranking final was way back when, 1985 British Open, between Silvina Francisco of South Africa and the Canadian Kirk Stevens.
Yeah, what's interesting about that, Dave, is that those two countries do not provide top snooker players anymore. South Africa had a few, but Canada was a hotbed of snooker for many years. Some great players have come from those parts, but we don't see that now, sadly.
No, but we do actually have a few viewers in Canada. I know they tweet now and again, so I hope they're enjoying the coverage.
$18.
Well, he's got them open, but this, I mean, this is awkward. Does he take the pink on? If he misses, the reds are everywhere.
It's an awkward shot for sure. It's in between both pockets. He wants to be positive, as we've seen. Well, that was a terrific pot. And looking to keep the break going. Ronnie O'Sullivan is watching this avidly in the studio. Ronnie, as we see Cao Yupeng on this shot, we're going to go back to the previous frame. And what did you make of Neil Robertson's black and his celebration so early in a match?
Yeah, I know. I was really surprised by that. You know, because, you know, Neil has done that in the past, but, you know, to do it and then to really give his opponent a glare as well. I think it's only 1-1. You've got another, like, 16 frames and 7 or 8 hours to go. So a little bit early to start sort of celebrating like that. But I suppose in some ways he might feel like he needs to pump himself up to get himself going. I don't know. But, yeah, very early to celebrate like that.
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie. We'll get your views as this very interesting match unfolds. But I guess it was important for him to show that man sitting in his chair what it meant. Anyway, interesting. We'll be back with Ronnie later on. Meanwhile, he did miss that pot. It's one of the first he has missed. The black, of course, was the only other one.
Yeah, he potted the good pink, but then he was left with this. His reaction to it all was just a smile, but often in snooker, that means they're feeling the opposite. He's literally crying on the inside. Must have been after missing the black and then seeing Robertson knock it in like that.
It's gone a little bit tactical here. That long red up the table. If he plays to push it up and down, the double kiss could be on. He might not have the easiest shot to get it back down the table, the red, that is. So he's going onto the black cushion with the cue ball instead. Very well played. Well, what have you got any interest in going for this, dropping it in? Being on the yellow, it's a difficult shot against the nap at this range. A great shot. Absolutely terrific. Played slowly. extremely difficult shot to play. Cue ball had to travel a long way to get to the red.
Three. Four.
I'm not sure. I guess he might have played that. It's not the worst outcome. Cannon on the two reds to finish on the pink. Yep. One thing you can't say, you can't accuse him of not trying. He is giving every shot 100%. This is difficult, though. Very well played. Very impressed with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we're seeing why he's in the final.
10.
Whatever was happening last couple of years with him seems a distant memory. And he'll be hoping the miss black in the last frame is a distant memory, just looking to press on in this frame, make things right here now in frame 3.
11.
He earned £6,500 last season. The whole season, that is. Already this season, 55,000 plus the 22 for the maximum, guaranteed 30 for reaching the final. It's 70 if you win it.
Rainbow, thank you. $15.
So he was clearing up in the last frame and was left with this black for the frame. And that's what happened. Caught the jaw, stayed out.
Yeah, one or two people have already sent me messages saying they think he didn't really get through, finish his backswing on that. He was a little bit short at the back, which can happen because you're so keen to get the shot out of the way. The usual flow is not there. And that's known as pressure, simple as that. That's another very clean pot.
Well, here's Shu Cam. Strictly final was last night, I think.
And what a chance to win the frame.
23.
Keeping it
24.
simple, playing on the pink to the middle with the two reds there. Stopping the cue ball travelling any real distance.
$30. $31.
Well, Neil Robertson gave it the fist, gave it the come on when he won that last frame, but Cao has responded really well here Had every right to be crushed, really, by what happened, but just concentrated on this visit and looks sure to be a winning visit. Just needs this red, and Robertson is going to need snookers.
37.
Yeah, great response. Knocked in that cracking long red with the cue ball on the top cushion to the yellow bag. Judd Trump said yesterday that Cao Yupeng cannot win this final, but the way he started suggests he can.
.46.
This was the opening shot of the break. Look where the white is, glued to that top cushion. The red away 52. From the pocket. It's not like it's hanging in the jaws, but he's knocked it in all the same. And he's made 52. The winning break.
It was a really good shot, Dave. They're so difficult to play. And I don't suppose he had many options, which is the only good thing. His mind was made up.
Well, he knows it could be 3-0, but the important thing is that he's put together a good contribution in this frame and just looking forward, not back at that missed black.
56.
Yes, and that's a really good point. You know, he's recovered from that situation. I don't know whether he would have been inspired by seeing Neil so elated about winning a frame. Ultimately, he still stands. He's still pleased to have won it. Otherwise, 60. He'd been 3-0 down now.
61.
Nothing wrong with people showing emotion, I don't believe, as long as it's not excessive. It's nice that people care enough about the game and whatever sport they're playing.
63. 65.
Very impressive. Playing all these shots left-handed now. Saw him practicing them earlier on.
68.
It's pretty good as well, isn't he? It looks almost exactly the same.
Cao Yupeng.
That's a really good break of 72 from Cao Yupeng, especially in the light of what happened in frame 2. He's looking really good here in the early stages of the final.